Kings, queens, and everyone in between, welcome back to Gears and Queers. I'm Chris, and I've been ruminating on post-pandemic life and getting back out there, getting into nature, doing things and stuff, and I'm kind of sick of all of the money I saved by not having anything to do, and I want to get back out there and do dumb things. So I bought an old ML. Welcome to the newest ridiculous addition to the Gears and Queers garage, my 1999 Mercedes-Benz ML320. I've always had a soft spot for these, especially in the American Beauty spec. As you see here, I'm basically Carolyn Annette Bening. She has 220,000 miles. These are known as the Alabama trash can, which is to say that they are not known for their quality and reliability. So you might wonder, why did I want one of these? And that's a great question. So I wouldn't say that the first gen ML is necessarily a good looking vehicle, but it's definitely distinctive. I know, silver Mercedes, groundbreaking, whatever, let's move on. So this is now a 22-year-old car, and you know, she's been around the block, but she's in pretty good shape. We do have a couple like bumps and bruises, but we're gonna take it off-road and probably crash it. I don't know, so like,
Probably.
she's
crash
fine. She's fine. It's fine. You might think that these bumpers and side skirts are black plastic like Volvos and other things, but they are painted, which makes negative sense. This one has clearly been repainted. Full-time four-wheel drive with a low-range transfer case. Many people are saying this, and it works, and there are no leaks. All of the differentials, the engine, the transmission, whatever else can leak is not. And somebody, not me, spent $15,000 plus maintaining this vehicle over the years. So,
And you spent a lot less to buy it.
and I bought it for $2,750, and it broke twice in the span of 24 hours that it has been under my ownership. But we're gonna get into that anyway. A little bump here. She's fine.
Space.
Amazing. The second row, that folds flat, and you can put myriad things into the back of the ML. We have the Mercedes-Benz spare tire carrying bag that is unused and has its own part number. And that's kind of what I love about German vehicles, because that's pretty weird, but we have it. So the most damage to the car is on this side. There's a little scrape here. I think most of that will buff out, but there's a ding here. It doesn't affect the way the door opens. Again, we're gonna go off-roading. This is an activity vehicle. This is going to open doors. We're gonna maybe put like a roof rack on it. We're gonna get some all-terrains. We're gonna do things. It's gonna be beautiful. We're gonna polish the headlights because they are oxidized, or we'll replace them. We'll see. Maybe. Powering this large monstrosity is a 3.2 liter V6, a 90-degree V6, because this is when Mercedes switched to the same design for the V6 and the V8, which is also 90 degrees. This is a very reliable engine. So again, 220,000 miles, and remember, no leaks. She has been well taken care of. Starts right up, doesn't burn oil, doesn't leak oil. She's beautiful, and she's doing her best motivating this 4,500 pound SUV. 215 horsepower, 229 pound-feet of torque, but it's a flat torque peak from 3,000 to 4,800 RPM. So she's a momentum girl. And speaking of momentum, one of the failures that has happened in the last 24 hours is one front brake caliper decided it didn't want to let go, and the rotor got red hot, and then it just stopped. Apparently it has happened before, because there is a service record, but for the opposite front wheel. If you search the internet, apparently MLs just do this from time to time. I think it keeps it exciting and does things just only a German vehicle could do. Now, this is the brake rotor that got red hot, and this morning I was checking tire pressures because while this is a body-on-frame vehicle, I felt that it rode extremely stiffly. All of the tires were 10 psi over, but that has since been corrected. While I was checking the pressure on this tire, the valve stem broke off and completely deflated the tire. So I found a nice gentleman that gave me a new valve stem, and now there's air back in this tire. They are brand new Michelins. Somebody else spent money on that, but not me. Let's step into the extraordinarily high quality interior. So the interior might have been the biggest point of contention with this model, the W163. older Mercedes, much like Jacob's, had like real wood, soft touch surfaces everywhere, leather, MB Techs abounding every surface. The first gen ML, lots of hard plastics. I think some of the wood is real. There's some cracking here, but the stuff on the doors is fake. And it doesn't really help that this one has the gray interior. It is the real leather, which is in pretty good shape. By and large, the interior has held up well, but the initial design was not received very well, and Mercedes rushed a facelift for the year 2000 that kind of addressed some of the quality and like fit and finish concerns. But if you ask me, I think it succeeds very well at being a utilitarian vehicle, but it was marketed as a luxury vehicle, so people have expectations. So I did mention that I've been kind of wanting one of these for a while too, especially after we had the Ridgeline press loan, really wanting to get something all-wheel drive that was more utilitarian, that I could put stuff in the back, put stuff on the roof. And then I saw this one for sale, and it was only moderately a pile of shit, but had clearly been very well taken care of, and now it is mine. And I don't know exactly what we're going to do with it, but you can bet we're going to take it on some trails.
Maybe get some jet skis.
Maybe get some jet skis that cost more than this. It can tow up to 5,000 pounds. We're going to get a hitch put on, maybe a little lift. I don't know. I think this is one of the best bargains you can get for a competent off-roader on the market today, because you're not getting anything else like a Land Cruiser for less than $3,000 in great shape.
Well, Christopher, here we are in your newest addition to the stable. So let's talk high points of the car. Sort of, we already have like exterior, interior, but driving experience. The transmission is buttery smooth.
She is very smooth. 221,000 miles now. Over 1,400 since I bought it 2 weeks ago. Still no check engine lights. Smooth engine, smooth transmission. She was a one-owner car for up until like 3 months ago. Super well maintained.
Right. And that's a big point of contention among people, like the transmission. They're like, oh, it's a constant problem. So far, none.
She's fine.
The interior is in pretty great shape. I mean, this is just a smattering of random plastics, but nothing's cracked, nothing's broken.
It's the 90s.
You know, we'll take what we can get.
She's doing her best.
And the driving experience is very upright.
Very vertical. It is body on frame. I think we mentioned that.
Mm-hmm.
And
you can tell, but it's not so bad. I feel like I've driven modern trucks that feel a little more jittery.
Yeah, it's like it's broken pavement. She does a little jiggle, but
you can feel some secondary movements. But what you gonna do? But it's pretty solid. I mean, as most Mercedes of this era were.
Yeah, I love her. I'm obsessed.
As am I.
Between this and the Rally Rabbit are two new aged German additions to the fleet. We will have plenty to do over the summer. Follow along, because it's going to get weird and it's going to be interesting. And you should subscribe. You should like this video. You should hit the notification bell so we can annoy you with our new releases. But either way, we'll see you in the next one.